My name is Penny Eilers. I grew up in Whitehall. I attended North Green High School. Right after high school, I went to college. It was a thing to do. I went to SIU Edwardsville for a year and probably a half, and then I decided that I wanted to get a job. So I moved to Jacksonville, got a job working at Mobile Chemical. I stayed there about 15 years. I was working swing shift, 12-hour shifts. My son was born and it got difficult, so I stopped working. And then at that time, it was time to move back home. So we moved, me and my husband and my son moved back home. And after a little while, I stumbled upon a job here at the Township Library, and I've been director at the Whitehall Township Library for the last 4 years. When I started working in Jacksonville at the factory, Mobile Chemical is what it was called at the time, it was a great job. It was hard to get a job there. Everybody had to start out working temporary, and it was a job that once people got, they really enjoyed. You made a lot of money right off the bat, so it was, you were kind of felt like you were stuck in factory work. And I think a lot of people from here feel that way. You have a job making quite a bit of money and you can't leave. But the amount of time spent, you work nights, you work swing shift, you work 12 hours, you work overtime, trying to raise a family with a baby is very hard and very difficult. So I think a lot of people, once they get married and have kids, and they start looking for something else. When I decided to leave Jacksonville and come back to Whitehall, it was out of necessity. I had quit working. Out of necessity, I needed to live somewhere where it was cheaper. My family was here. I moved back. I didn't really know anybody anymore. It was kind of like being a stranger. I had grown up here, but people were either gone or their kids were in high school at the time. I didn't know a lot of people, so it was like a fresh start. When I moved back to Whitehall, as I said, I didn't know anybody. The first thing I did was I went to the church that I grew up in. Nobody remembered me. Had I said my name, they would have, but I kind of sit in the back and I didn't really stand out. The same way with when my son went to school, I went up and I registered him, and I don't think anyone knew who we were. Knew last name. But I started volunteering at his school to fill my time, because at the time I was a stay-at-home mom. I wasn't working. My husband was still working swing shift, so I needed something to fill my time. So I started volunteering at the school. That led to a part-time job at my church. I'm the janitor at our church, at Whitehall First Baptist Church. I started working at the after-school program. And all of those different little things led me to, the volunteering at school actually led to people noticing me, and that's why I was called upon to be the director at the library here. We at the library serve the Whitehall Township. We're a township library. We provide programming for all ages. We have programs for toddlers. We bring toddlers in and we do art with them, and usually some alphabet, counting, some fun games, and then some song. We do a lot of paintings. We do paintings a lot with like 4th through 8th graders from here in the community. We have an adult book club. Adults meet once a month. They come in and they get to sit around and talk. And it's like some of the adults that really don't have a place now that their kids have grown, they come to the book club and they're enjoying it because they have people to talk to. They have something to look forward to. We serve the nursing home. We do delivery service to the nursing home, people who can't get out but still like to enjoy books. That serves a great purpose in the community. We just serve as a place for people to come and be comfortable and hang out. We have computers. If people don't have computers at home, they come here, they can look for jobs, they can do their email, kids can do their schoolwork. So the library provides a great, important place in the community. The kids who come to the Whitehall Township Library are kids who don't have the resources that we offer at home. They might not have a computer at home. They might not be able to print out their homework at home. When they come and check out books, they're not the kid that mom takes them to Barnes & Nobles and purchases books. They're the kids who don't have their own books. They're the kids who, they're well taken care of kids. It's just they don't have all of the resources at their fingertips. We have ebooks. Well, they might not have their own iPhone. they might not have all of the technology that we can offer. Or, you know, when we do painting classes, we do painting classes, and our programming is mostly free. There's just a couple things that we charge for. So art in our school is volunteer now. We don't have strictly just art classes. We have great volunteers at the school. So these kids can come and take art lessons from teachers who were art teachers or who are passionate about art, and they can learn the things, and that's the things that they can't get, that they're not getting. I'm a youth group leader for Whitehall First Baptist Church, and a couple nights ago we went to Edison's in Edwardsville. They had a family Christian night. And we were getting ready to bowl, and one of the kids said, "Is it my turn?" And I'm like, "No." And they're like, "Is it my turn now?" And I'm like, "Have you ever been bowling before?" And they said, "Well, once at a birthday party." And I'm like, "Okay." So you look up there and you see the names listed, and that tells you when you bowl. Things as simple that we take for granted bowling is like they hadn't been. They had been one time to a birthday party. 6 of the kids in line, they were getting ready to play laser tag, had never played laser tag. You know, they don't have the experiences that we think of as just normal growing up experiences. I grew up here, I didn't have those experiences. My world was our block. We had a ton of kids on our block, and that was my world. They didn't know outside of that world. If we take a field trip with the kids at school, I remember when my son was in kindergarten, we went across the bridge to go to Missouri. So many kids had never been across that bridge. So what I want to do is I want to give the kids experiences. I want them to know that life isn't just this block. This block can be wonderful and perfect, but the experiences that they can have in life, they can live here and still have great experiences.